Will a girl still want to return to the countryside for marriage after experiencing city life? A rural girl named Amma once said,
如果是外面找不到的，找回来爸爸嘛，这里爸爸是还没得老婆。
even though Amma got pregnant out of wedlock and gave birth to a daughter while working away from home in her early years, she was still pursued by many men in the village.
你刚才想把我灌醉，那肯定啊，把灌醉我们。男人不在女人。
Though it was all said in jest, these single men genuinely hoped Amma would stay. In order to marry her, they'd frequently come over to dine together, helping her business while maintaining close contact. Compared to them, Xiao Du was a sincere man. At Amma's rice noodle shop, even just getting to drink the wine she served him made Xiao Du happy for days. Although he came for matchmaking too, the honest Xiao Du spent more time helping to clean tables. Perhaps in his heart, he believed that no girl could resist a man's true affection. Over time, Amma might be moved. But surprisingly, Amma didn't think the same way.
觉得这里的人都是好像是兄弟姐妹一般，哪里谈来那种感情，就是。
And so a few days later, Amma's noodle shop closed down. Unwilling to accept the status quo, she decided to seek a better life in the city. She left her child behind and went alone. Staring at the closed door of the noodle shop, Xiao Du frowned, once again sinking into disappointment. He lived in Treasure Mountain, one of the most remote mountain regions in Guangxi province. Due to poverty and poor transportation, many women were unwilling to marry there. So, finding a bride became the biggest headache for every family. Although Xiao Du's honest and hard-working nature was well known within a 10-mile radius, he still hadn't found the girl of his dreams. Now 28 years old, he remained single. Out of desperation, his father pinned all hope on the upcoming Slope Festival, which was the Miao ethnic group's matchmaking event for young men and women. Many girls from other regions would come. In Treasure Mountain there was a custom. Boys who could play the small lushing flute were seen as smart and capable, and thus more favored by girls. But boys who only played the simpler instrument called di tong were seen as dull. When Father Du was young, he won his wife with his lushing playing skills. But clearly, Xiao Du didn't inherit this talent and could only manage the simpler di tong.
这要地桶，最笨的人才吹地桶，但是呢，要一定有力。
As the Slope Festival approached, Xiao Du blew the di tong with all his might. Unmarried Miao girls from all over came dressed in their finest clothes. During the festival, a boy would get stomped on by a girl if she liked him. The harder the stomp, the stronger the affection. To help Xiao Du find a girlfriend, his entire family threw themselves into the effort, helping him play the di tong. Thankfully, with his parents' support, Xiao Du was finally chosen by a girl from a neighboring village. After being chosen, he had to stay at the girl's home for 3 days. This local custom is called zuamei, or sitting with the sister.
一回生二回熟嘛，三回才成事嘛。
The main goal of this tradition is to help both sides get to know each other better. That night, the girl Xiao Xing welcomed him with the highest local standards, and Xiao Du was filled with joy. After all, this was his best chance at marriage so far. From that day on, the two played together every day. He accompanied her through the valleys and picked azaleas for her. Unfortunately, in the end, Xiao Du lost the competition, not to another village boy, but to a city guy who drove a car. Watching Xiao Xing hop into the car without hesitation, Xiao Du stood alone on the hillside, confused in the cold wind. To make matters worse, the city boy even honked his horn in provocation before leaving. After 2 failed attempts, Xiao Du had a new idea: to go to the city himself. He wanted to see what kind of magic the city held that made village girls so obsessed. And so, Xiao Du arrived in Shenzhen. Seeing skyscrapers and rows of beautiful women, he was dazzled just standing on the sidewalk. Yet he never forgot why he came. To find a footing, he joined a large smartphone factory. Thanks to his steady and diligent character, he was soon promoted to workshop team leader. But how could life in a dull factory help him find a wife? So, he approached his boss and volunteered to transfer to the sales department to meet more people. It was there, during his mobile phone sales efforts, that he met Xiao Jia, a girl working at a phone store, who, coincidentally, came from the same hometown. They clicked instantly, and over time, mutual affection grew. Xiao Jia liked Xiao Du's dependable nature, but she couldn't get over one thing: his instrument.
我们那里的女孩子就比较喜欢那种会吹芦笙的，而且是小芦笙的，都是最喜欢找的对象。因为吹芦笙的话，吹小芦笙的话，就是说明他的能力比较强。那吹那个地筒的话，就是最笨的。看见小杜吹那个地筒。
Though their feelings deepened, Xiao Du never dared to confirm the relationship with Xiao Jia. After all, one sold phones and the other promoted them. Neither dared to talk about the future. This left Xiao Du deeply troubled. During factory holidays, he often visited Lao Wen's house. Lao Wen was a photographer who frequently traveled to Xiao Du's hometown for photo shoots, always staying with Xiao Du's family. Seeing the confused look on Xiao Du's face, Lao Wen couldn't help but offer some heartfelt advice.
城市生活成本太高，不是你就指定。譬如一套房子，你就不要说去买，我就给你住，你都付不起这个成本。一平方管理费3块4块钱，水电你可以算一算，太重。所以你回到农村，回到家乡，虽然没有城里赚这么多钱，但是你的幸福指数是很高很高的。
After hearing Lao Wen's advice, Xiao Du was deeply moved. So, he boldly decided to return home and start a business, hoping to carve out a space of his own. Lao Huang, a painter, visited Greenhill Village every year to sketch and paint. Over the years, he always stayed at Xiao Du's home during his visits. Through time, the two became close friends. So whenever Lao Huang came, Xiao Du would take the initiative to act as his guide. He knew this was his advantage. When the rice turned golden with maturity, Lao Huang would bring 50 to 60 students into the mountains for painting trips, and it was Xiao Du's family who handled all the food and lodging. Being clever and observant, Xiao Du saw the business opportunity in hosting these students and landscape sketching tourists. He began offering guiding services as well as accommodations and meals.
我呢，每次来这里吃住，还有呢，他带出我去爬山越岭去摄影。我走的时候他不出钱，他说咱们兄弟也不要钱啊，你来宣传我们就可以了。
With more exposure and promotion, Xiao Du started raising hahua fish. These fish grow by eating rice flowers and are known for their delicate texture and sweet taste, making them a must-order dish for every tourist. He began studying breeding techniques diligently, and after half a year of trial and error, he finally figured out a good formula.
要1只母鱼配6只公鱼，到时候孵学的小鱼这个孵化率就高。
In addition, Xiao Du leased a small mountain slope to raise free-range chickens. To make transportation easier, he built a cableway across the valley. With the prior publicity and connections, his chickens were soon being sold to high-end hotels in Liuzhou and Nanning. With his first bucket of gold earned, Xiao Du bought a second-hand pickup truck. Because Xiao Jia had returned to work in Liuzhou, every time he delivered goods there, he would go out of his way to visit her.
我上班了，他老在门口那里来等我，反正我都不想跟他一起回去了。他老在那里等，他死缠烂打的追着我。
After he had some money in his pocket, Xiao Du finally had the courage to confess his love. That day, he told Xiao Jia how he felt, and it was something Xiao Jia had been waiting to hear for a long time. That winter, Lao Huang invited Xiao Du's whole family to attend his art exhibition in Beijing. Seeing the landscape of his hometown on display, Xiao Du was both touched and pleasantly surprised. In the painting, he found his house and his tiny figure. For over 10 years, Lao Huang had visited the mountains to paint, and Xiao Du's family had always hosted him. All of that friendship and history was captured in this one painting. Soon after the exhibition, thanks to Lao Huang's recommendation, Green Hill Village gained popularity. Many people wanted to visit and see it for themselves. Not long afterward, Lao Huang brought along a group of friends and introduced Green Hill Village to them. He also brought with him an investment of 20 million yuan, planning to hire professional designers and construction teams to turn Green Hill Village into a national sketching base. The goal was to preserve the ethnic traditions and restore the original charm of the village.
所以钱都不是问题，关键你要心里面要明白。
With the construction of the base underway, Xiao Du also took on the landscaping project. And that very same year, he and Xiao Jia got married.
我们自愿结为夫妻，从今天开始，我们将共同肩负起婚姻赋予我们的责任和义务，上孝父母，下教子女，勿敬父爱，父信父敏，勿谅勿让，相濡以沫，总爱一生。
Perhaps, Xiao Du's success largely came from his self-awareness and persistence. He never forgot what he truly wanted. Even though he went through disappointment, was looked down upon, and missed chances again and again, he kept working hard in silence, without complaining, without wavering. After he made some money, he didn't show off, nor did he chase after an unattainable lifestyle. Instead, he chose to return to the mountains, to the land that had raised him, and to the girl who truly understood him, Xiao Jia. He showed us that true happiness isn't about how far you go, but whether you're willing to stay in the most familiar place and walk forward with the one who knows you best. In this life, it doesn't matter how slowly you go, as long as you don't lose your way. And Xiao Du, he never strayed from his original path. If it were you, would you choose, like Xiao Du, to return to where it all began? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you in the next one.